Are you a single woman wanting to buy a home? I'm going to share with you 7 things you need to know. Number one is you can make a small down payment. A lot of people think that you have to have 20% down in order to buy a home, and that's just not true. USDA Rural Housing does offer 100% financing on mortgages. So even though it's 100% financing, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to be out of pocket any money, but you would not have to come up with a down payment. Now, there are income requirements for USDA housing. There are also property eligibility requirements. So the house has to be located in a certain area to go USDA financing. Other options available: conventional financing has 3% down payment loans, FHA has 3.5%. And then VA financing would also be available with zero down payment. So if you are active military, retired military, if you're the widow of a veteran, or if you're on active reserve, you could qualify for a VA loan. So that would be something that we would have to talk with your mortgage lender about to see which down payment option would work best for you. The second thing to remember is don't buy more than you can afford. The rule of thumb is that you don't want your housing payment to be more than 28% of your gross income. Now you need to think about total housing cost. So you're going to have the principal and interest. You're also going to have taxes. You're going to have insurance. You might have HOA fees. So think about things like that and budget for it. The third thing is be prepared for maintenance cost. A lot of people are caught off guard by unexpected things that happen after they buy a home that are going to require money. So you need to have like a little buffer, maybe 1 to 3% of the purchase price that you've set aside each year for maintenance on your home. So that could be, minor things like replacing air filters, light bulbs. You may have an appliance go out, or you may have an unexpected repair that pops up. The fourth thing goes along with number 3, and that is an emergency fund is a must. Obviously, you're probably not going to have that when you first go into buying a house, but I would work towards trying to save up 6 months worth of your expenses into an emergency fund savings account. The reason for that is in a volatile market like we're in an economic recession like we're in, if you were to lose your job or get fired or be laid off, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that you're not going to lose your home because you didn't have money set aside to cover that expense. So make sure you have an emergency fund. The fifth thing is to find a realtor you trust. A good agent is vital for any first-time home buyer, but especially for a single person that's buying on their own. The great thing about being single and buying a house is that you don't have to worry about somebody else's opinion of that house. If you love it, that's all that matters. But sometimes you'll fall in love with 1 or 2 features of the house, and you may overlook some things that may be a problem later on for you. That's where a good realtor can help you. We can point out some things that you may have never thought of, such as the trees in the backyard that are hanging over towards the house. If you had a good windstorm or thunderstorm, lightning hit it, it would fall in and cave in on your house. So a second set of eyes is not always a bad thing. Do your research and read online reviews to get an idea of who the right agent for you may be. Feel free to interview several agents before you decide on one to represent you in that transaction. Shop around and find the right mortgage lender. Now that's where a good agent can help you as well, because we know who the good local lenders are, and we're going to refer you to people who offer a variety of mortgage options, and they're going to help you find the right loan for you. The last tip is don't skip the home inspection. Now the past few years, a lot of buyers were waiving the home inspection contingency in order to make their offer more attractive to the seller. But the market has shifted, and so buyers are putting the home inspection contingency back in there. An inspector will go through every room of the house, and he's going to inspect major components of the house: electrical, plumbing, roof, foundation, and so on. If the inspector finds major issues that you didn't see when you viewed the home, then you would be able to terminate the contract and get your earnest money back. So, homeownership isn't always the right choice for everyone. Renting does come with less responsibility and more flexibility, especially if you move around a lot or you travel a lot. But there are some great benefits to homeownership. With each monthly payment, you are building equity in your home, which can be a part of your long term financial security. If you're looking to buy a home and you're a single woman, I would love to help you. I'm a single woman. I bought 2 houses in the past 5 years, so I know how the process works, and I would love to help you. I'm Amy Schrader with Remax Real Estate 10 423 748 8811.